Yo, welcome back. Today we are joined once again by Rachael and Chris
Hi,
in
Rachel.
our ongoing section.
Hi, Chris.
Yeah, so for today's scenario, I'm going to be Chris. And fine man over there will be Rachel.
And action.
Bring, 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 bring.
Why is it always phone mobile phone, whatever?
Oh, you want it to be in person?
Okay, in person, it's fine.
Okay.
What's the last one?
Okay. No, it's an actual conversation. It's a serious one. Don't turn too much. What
Yeah.
talk one?
Black side profile. Yeah, that's my good side. It's fine.
Do guys have a good side? Just before we get into Rachael and Chris.
As the chief Y chromosome, there's nothing like that.
As a man, why?
All sides are good.
I think if you think you're attractive, you'll have a good side. If you're ugly, it's just straight ahead. You just have to look at yourself. If you turn kiasi 1 degree to the left or right, hey, mad.
Well then.
No, there's no good side. There's just money.
There's just money.
Yes.
Okay.
Let it sink. Let's just let it sink. Let it sink.
No, just let it sink. It may go down. Yeah. Yes.
That's funny. Wait, okay.
Beginning of scene.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Chris.
Last I remember, you're lactose intolerant.
It's like, okay, and what does that have to do with anything?
And, we have like a 2-year-old who's still breastfeeding for some reason.
Okay, and it's just a growing child.
Yeah, so why did I find you sucking on your titties in the morning? I thought you were lactose intolerant. What? What were you doing? Why are you finishing the milk for the baby? And does it hurt your stomach?
It wasn't coming out. I was just trying to get it to come out. The baby isn't latching on as they should.
So why are you trying to pump it yourself? You're a self-pump.
Like, Chris, honestly, I just don't have the energy for this right now.
But you need to explain it. Our kid is starving. She's crying every night. And she's losing weight. And you're out here drinking all the milk from your titties.
Okay, first of all, you just said that this is a 2-year-old who shouldn't be breastfeeding.
Yeah, but she is, so...
It's like you
She
need
needs
to
milk.
pick a stand, okay?
She needs milk, but she's a 2-year-old.
And she's getting milk. She's getting enough milk.
But
Okay.
you're drinking all of it.
Yeah, and just because I'm lactose intolerant doesn't mean that what's coming out of my breasts contain lactose. It might be lactose-free milk. Have you ever thought about that? Because Rachel is a white girl. Just calm it down.
No, I think from your farts, they're not lactose free.
What do you mean from my farts?
Yeah, from your farts. I said it.
All this is, are you honestly judging me because of my farts?
No, I've been judging you all this time. It's just now it's louder.
Oh my god, that's such a pig.
Yeah, now it's louder.
Oh.
So the smell in the shits is not me. It's been you all along. I just fart to cover it up for you.
I don't even know why I'm still in this relationship.
That's how much I
honestly.
love you. I cover your farts with mine.
Okay. Why are you trying to gaslight me?
If I gaslight you, the house will blow up with all the farts that you...
Listen, you need to take this a bit more seriously, okay?
I think we need therapy.
I'm not comfortable with you talking about my farts because it triggers, some memories as a child, and like all of the cheese and the lactose, it just...
Is that why you're drinking all your milk?
Because it's lactose free.
I think we need therapy. Otherwise, this is over. And I'm going with the baby.
And see.
Tune in next time for
Yeah.
Rachael
Yeah.
and Chris.
The saga continues.
So since they're going for therapy, maybe we can talk about
Yeah. That's what I was going to go. Actually, that's an interesting one that Chris suggested, the therapy. Yeah. So, do you think currently, as things are, men are being forced into therapy, and is it a thing that works, or is it just being forced into therapy to become like an ideal?
I think as the second in command in Y chromosomes. Yeah, I feel like I personally don't think therapy is important. Therapy is important, but there are different forms of therapy. I don't think we have to go and see a psychiatrist. They're called psychiatrist or psychologist. Psychologist, yeah, psychiatrist is if you're cuckoo. Yeah, so I don't think you have to go to a psychologist to receive therapy, but you need a form of outlet. Dancing, football, racing. You need a formal outlet. It doesn't have to be a therapist.
Kairigo?
I'd say as a third in command, but I'm just a neutral party at this point because you can only have like 2 on one extreme and then 2 on the other extreme. So the missing 2, I don't know what that says about them. Anyway.
Shots fired. Beep.
You didn't just say pium pium pium. Yeah, I'm taking over as the chief Y chromosome.
Yeah.
No. Someone has to do the sound effects.
Like, yeah. What do I think? What's my take on therapy? It's important. I feel like it's important. Yeah, sometimes you never really know what exactly you're going through until you actually seek professional help. Yeah, and
Wait, what do you mean you don't know what you're going through until you seek help?
okay, you might not necessarily understand how to deal with whatever it is you're going through.
So you need a therapist to help you deal with it? Or what does a therapist do in this case?
Maybe that was a question we should start with.
Because I thought they just guide you to finding a solution for yourself. They don't give you a solution to your
Pretty much,
problems.
yeah. Maybe you're seeing nothing in terms of that guidance. You don't have any guidance, or you yourself can't seem to find a way to that solution. So then that's why I don't know. Maybe
May I jump in?
maybe we can throw it to the professionals.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're right. The point of a therapist is not to give you the solution or to tell you this is what exactly you should do and exactly like that, but it's like to guide you to figure out how to navigate different life circumstances. But I also agree with Kairigo in the sense that there are some things that you don't know how much it has affected you. And sometimes until you talk to a therapist and they're able to help you realize that, hey, okay, Kumi, this thing was that bad. It's been deep-seated and like I've been feeling this type. Like even identifying your triggers might be a bit difficult sometimes if there's no like professional per se helping. So I agree with both. But yeah, but in accordance to like in regards to the question was,
Do we need therapy?
yes,
Does everyone need therapy?
does everyone need therapy? I think as Kelly said, you need a form of outlet, which is important. But I also think that in your entire life, at least go for like 2-3 sessions. From the time you are child to the time that like you're 18, at the very least, go for 2-3 sessions and just see where that goes. Yeah.
So for those people who have already passed a child to 18,
I've never been.
you don't go?
No, but you still have a chance. So I'd say, okay, in your lifetime, at least try go for at least like 2-3 sessions. just so that you can get to understand, certain things. I'll give an example. Like, I didn't understand why loud noises would irritate me, and it can seem like a small thing. Like if someone bangs the door, like Kombali, I never understood why I'd like jump and everything. I thought it was just a natural reaction. Till I went for therapy, I was like, oh, that's what happened. Okay, so you get what I'm saying?
Yes and no. So does it mean that there are people who are living okay? I'll put okay in quotes. But you're able to navigate things, you take time to think about your life and things that affect you. Does it mean that you won't be able to figure out like your triggers? And triggers per se, like what do you mean by triggers? Triggers to what exactly? I feel like triggers is very specific to, I'm triggered by this for this particular circumstance or this particular issue. You're not just triggered in general. You're not just triggered to be a different person. So does that mean that if I don't seek like a professional, and why is it that this, so what says that this professional will be able to guide me to identify exactly what the issue is? Because I don't think most of the things that we go through as human beings are just because of one particular occurrence or one particular thing that happened in life.
Yeah. You seem like you're bunny.
Oh no, I was just saying.
I think that needs a doctor, not
No, I was giving a silly reference. It's kind of like how Chris triggered Rachel when he mentioned, the farting and whatnot, and it brought back some memories, some throwback memories for her. And she's like, eh. But yeah, I mean, like what you said, we don't necessarily live, our lives and get triggered because of this one experience. It could be, one thing triggers you in a particular way, something else triggers you in a different way, something else could trigger you positively. I don't know if that's possible, but so it's because like you might know there's this one issue, but you don't understand that this other thing that happened to you is an issue, and you might see it as something normal or just kawaida, but then you have this weird behavior apparently because of that one issue that you haven't quite understood. Well, not weird, but behavior that's... Yeah, I'll think of a better word, but weird is what came to mind.
So I feel like there's been like two opposite sides of the spectrum. What Kelly mentioned, therapeutic, like exercises and what's the word? Yes, therapeutic exercises that you do, and therapy itself. So if someone is always working on like sports and finding an avenue to let out or to vent out, does that mean that then they shouldn't go for therapy since they're having their therapy?
Yeah, and maybe just to add on to this, I don't think you'll find the right therapist on your first try. You have to try multiple before you get one that actually understands and works with you. Therapy is expensive. And yeah, just to add to that, so does that mean that only the people who are well off and able to afford the services, who are better human beings or better understand themselves? What about the people who have different outlets but cannot or do not have access to therapists?
Actually, there are several centers and apps that help with that aspect of therapy. Is expensive. Off the top of my head, they have evaporated, but I can afterwards do some nini and research and like put it up for you guys. But there are sites that do help with that, and also centers here in Kenya. Like I know, is it a money counseling center? Yeah. They offer those services. Like there are places where you don't have to spend all of your money to get therapy, so it's not just for the well off. And we've digressed severally, so I'm even wondering what question am I answering. But in regards to like what Papa was saying, for so someone who has outlets, who's doing sports, is active in the community and stuff like that, I think the question is, how well emotionally regulated are you, is what I'd say would determine whether you should go for therapy or not. So when I was saying triggers, I mean like Achiga is like something that elicits an emotional response. So there's a wide range of emotions. It's not just happy, it's not just sad, it's not just scared, it's not just, might be frustrated, might be, there's so many emotions in there. So understanding some of these things sometimes is easier. I'm not saying you can't understand it for yourself, because nowadays all of the Googles and the YouTube and the TikToks have all of the information out there. But sometimes it's also good to just have that conversation with someone who is a professional and can help you with that and help you navigate around it. So I'd say it's mostly for like the bigger feelings, such as anxiety, like fear, anxiety, sadness, depression, etc. Because if something causes you to be happy, well, it would be nice to understand why. But like, I don't think anyone's going to be like, why is that making me so happy? Good. Yeah. So that's what I'd say.
Yeah, Kairigo, anything?
No, me, I'm here to learn. I've shared what I know. I've listened to people. I'm here to learn. But that makes sense. It just makes a lot of sense. Basically, I mean, from my point of view, it does make sense. The big things, the big challenges, the big issues. Maybe those ones, definitely go out, seek help. I know you're probably about to ask something like, well, how exactly do you determine what's big?
How do you quantify a big emotion? So, like, you can be just anxious, but you're usually just anxious for, like, when does it quantify, or when is it big enough for me to actually say that this is necessary for therapy? Or do I just go for therapy because I'm a human being with emotions and figure out if I have issues?
When you can tell it's a big emotion is when it's interfering with your day-to-day activities and with just your productivity in general. So, for example, if let me give what example? Okay, so like with the example of me and loud noises and stuff, if like now I'm at work and right next to the workstation is like a construction site and it's all of the banging and everything, and I just keep getting agitated and that is affecting my productivity, and I need to understand nini stuff's inanisumbua sana, you get. But if it's like a once in a blue moon someone bangs the door, I'm just like fine, that's okay. But if it's interfering with your day-to-day activities and your day-to-day life, then that's when I'd say seek professional help. Yeah, because we all have emotions.
Yeah. So I think this is where my just science side will come in. Instead of going for therapy to understand what that emotion is, if I can resolve it, like for instance the loud banging at work close to a construction site, I can just wear headphones or earmuffs. I know the situations where you won't be able to do that, but my one that's just a response to that.
Exactly.
So my one other thing with therapy, my one issue with it, I've never gone for therapy, but I just have
It's
issue.
giving.
It's
Shouting.
I have an issue
We would
with
never have guessed it.
Why chromosome?
Never been?
Papa, have you ever gone for therapy?
No.
Oh,
Why
wow.
chromosome? Have you gone for therapy?
Yeah, I may have. I told you I'm the neutral balance.
It's
my
okay.
God.
We'll donate some white chromosome. It's okay. We'll donate some.
Hey, excuse me.
Yeah, so I've forgotten what I was going to say. No, I haven't, but I have.
Makes sense.
Yeah, my one problem, just from what I'm seeing happening with our generation and the one preceding us, preceding the one after us, I feel like it's preceding.
Predecessors are the ones before.
He's the English guy. So yenye natufuata, yes.
Mwalimu wa English.
Yeah, so I feel like the issue we're seeing now is that every single thing that we go through, like things that are termed as normal, is classified as a disease. I have ADHD, bipolar. Everyone is self-diagnosing from TikTok. One person goes for therapy, and because I have X, Y, and Z, and I can relate to you, I also have ADHD, or I have whatever, I have something, some mental illness, because I know someone who has it and exhibits similar traits to them. That's one of the things that I feel like we need to govern the psychology, the psychology space. And one, I don't believe everyone needs to go for therapy. Two, I think it's expensive, and I think that what's being driven now is the push is for everyone to go into therapy to boost the industry. Back in the day,
I'm feeling so attacked, man. As it yeah.
no, it's not like an attack. This is
Okay, but no, I get.
yeah. So I think back in the day, psychology was not like there was a big stigma with psychology. If you're going to see a psychologist, like, hey, kwani wako na shida gani?
Huyu anaenda Mathare.
Ana Y chromosomes. Yeah, so I feel like now there's a big push, and you find that it's like everyone on the internet has done a psychology course. And so there's a lot of misinformation out there. So we're having a lot of just frail people who are self-diagnosing themselves, and I feel like it's going to be a pandemic. I can't do this because, it's going to trigger my ADHD. But it's just part of normal day-to-day things that we're used to. Yeah.
I think linked to that, this is a bit off topic. Do you think that people aren't allowed to get offended a bit more?
People aren't?
Are scared of offending others. To like, it's become like too much. You can reserve some comments, but now you're reserving everything because you don't want to offend someone. Sort of linking to feeling triggered for everything.
I think we're really starting to walk on eggshells a lot with people. And I think that's just the nature of how things are at the moment. But yeah, we have to learn how to walk on eggshells with people. It's not fantastic, but I think it's somewhat necessary. Yeah.
Doesn't it make you more anxious just walking on eggshells? Because how you'd behave in a certain situation. Because how you'd behave in a certain situation, now you're scared of behaving in a certain way because I might offend one person. Like the last episode we had about fat people dating fat people. There's someone who got offended. But if
one
we're scared,
someone.
There has to be at least. We don't have a large audience, so at least one person. At least one person got offended.
Minimum.
Yeah. So I think, and walking on eggshells leads us to look for a psychologist because I'm always anxious. Yeah, because you're scared to speak your mind.
Scared. Okay.
Yeah, I think we should offend people more. So I think the problem is not
build resilience in people, huh?
Yeah.
Toughen their skin. Come on, you're becoming soft.
But the problem isn't really offending people. I think it's good to offend someone, which means that at least you will learn something at the end of the day. Like if you offend someone, then they tell you, you offended me because of this, or that didn't sit right with me. Then you tell them, why didn't it? And then you will have your views meet up. Then you understand, okay, that makes sense. But also from my view, it makes sense. But now if you're afraid of offending someone, then you'll never learn or like.
Just want to be beating around the bush.
Yeah.
I'd say offend your friends. Offend those you're close to. Offend those you're like who you know and understand. A stranger is a different story. I think for me, I can't. I'd rather walk on eggshells with someone who I'm not too close to, or like someone who I don't know too well, because I just don't know. I don't know your story. I don't know how that will affect you, and I don't know. I'm that person, and I'd much rather that. But like with people who I'm close to, fine. Offend them. That's fine, because I know to what extent I can go without like touching a soft spot or a sore spot.
Pause.
That
So, like even with your friends,
people. I was just saying, I promise messages, people.
So with your friends, you're okay to offend them, and I think over time you get to understand where their boundaries lie, and you get to, because boundaries are not straight.
Yeah.
You get to adjust them,
Yeah.
understanding that this, that, whatever.
Yeah.
But with a stranger, you don't even want
Have
to
no
draw
idea.
a boundary.
Yeah.
Offend them.
Hey.
Know where the issue
Exactly.
Hey.
is, and then you'll draw the boundaries
Build
moving
resilient
forward.
people. Come on.
Let your kids play in the mud in the party immunity.
Come on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
offend them.
Hey.
How do you think we
I
got
think
all
the
this
world
Y
is
chromosome?
Yes, I'm
Mm.
Yeah.
I think the world is tough enough in general. Just why
No, that's why we
why
have
to be part
movies.
of it?
That's why you have
You're part of
movies
the world.
to.
You're part of the world.
So technically, you're tough.
Mm.
Be tough.
Alrighty, if you all insist. But yeah.
We're convincing our psychologists.
No. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted.
We're going to open our office soon. You guys can come in for.
Yeah, the Y chromosomes. And then we'll have a secretary there.
Fam, at least finance or HR. Secretaries are not on the episode today. Secretaries are not on the episode today. At least HR or finance.
Don't be scared to offend. That's the point.
That is the point. Offend.
Okay. Well, anyways.
See, at least he knows that was funny.
Oh yeah, and it's easier to offend someone when it's funny.
And it's,
Make a joke out
Oh
of
yeah,
it.
because
Yeah.
you might also just get them to laugh. Like, that's funny.
Yeah, then later on they're like, it was funny, but next time I don't appreciate such.
yeah, and if you're walking on eggshells, you wouldn't have known that they wouldn't appreciate. So you might say it at the wrong time.
Just don't say it at all.
Oh,
Build resilient
Yes.
people.
Mm.
Build. I don't know. I'd much rather walk on eggshells. I don't like offending people. I don't know. I just don't. But that's me. Clearly, I'm outnumbered. Clearly.
So circling back to the big emotions that would take you to therapy. Proposal turned down. Are you staying in the relationship? Are you going for therapy?
I'm going straight to see a psychologist.
You are a psychiatrist, please.
Not psychiatrist.
Naambia hata afadhali niende kwa psychiatrist
Hata mimi
hapo.
as a psychologist nakwambia, pole basi.
Itabidi uzoee. You know, for men we're used to rejection. Okay, I know proposals ni extreme. But lazima ukataliwe ku streets ndio ujue game.
Hey.
And it's true, like
That's
how tough it is.
we're rejected more than we.
See, that's why you need to go for therapy.
Why do you need therapy? It's part of life.
It's just that we don't show it out there. So you're out here thinking the track record is good.
Kombe.
Success ni ngumu.
Well, I won't talk.
Oh.
It's
Well.
at least.
All right.
100%.
100%.
Mimi nachezea uko 50. 45.
Professor of quantum physics.
Hey. It is I.
Do you have stories for when you got rejected? One of this one, not any answer.
Yeah.
You start having mine.
So it was back in high school, and there was our school had a lot of funkies. If you know the school, you know it. If you don't, I'm sorry. So our school had a lot of funkies, and it was expected, at least as a Form 1, as a Form 2, like especially our big open, you'll be lined up after the whole, what is it called? After the whole open is done, in your dormitory, you'll be lined up by the Form 4s, and you're asked to, umepata number. Usikue mbriza. So mbriza is someone who is afraid of girls and is not able to talk to them. And hey,
What?
tough skin. So my first open, I was shy back in the day. I was very shy, and I wouldn't talk to girls or approach. But I didn't want to be umbriza. So I see this girl. It's like everyone has someone somewhere. So I see this girl. I think it was drama. I see this girl. She's outside the drama, whatever, the drama hall, and she looks lonely and sad. Like genuinely. Personally, she wasn't my type. This sounds bitter, but it's not. The reason is the embrace.
That's how they always start.
Hata sikuwa
So-
nikitaka.
So I was like, let me just try my luck. And nilikuwa hapo confident because I felt like I was doing a favor. It sounds bad.
It can't get any worse.
Yeah, it really is.
Because they looked
Really?
sad and lonely.
Oh.
Nikafika hapo, I'm like, hi. Nikaangaliwa juu chini. Akaturn, like, that was the sound effect I made. I started sweating. Because remember, this is my first interaction with a female.
Oh, wow.
And like, hi, I'm just being friendly. Are you okay? Are you good? She turned away. Yeah, so just went back to my dorm, had a soda, then went for round 2 and tried again. Luckily I found a girl I knew. So didn't get to embrace her that time. At least someone saw me with a girl. Yeah.
Tried. Good job.
Then over time, confidence kaanza kupanda pole pole. Hey, but it was rough.
Therapy.
That's
But,
just
okay, let me ask. So, does the fear of getting rejected stop you from shooting your shot?
when you're younger, yes. At least for me.
When you're older, you.
Yeah.
But now it happens. If I'm rejected, I'm rejected.
Yeah, okay.
Like, kwani nitakufa?
Eh?
Unadhani uko peke yako, join the list. Si wewe peke
But I'm
umenipata.
going on that side. Hata kwangi special is many of you refused. Special ones are the ones who accepted.
Man, please go for therapy. Haikai poa. Haikai poa. Haikai poa. Oh, no. Okay. Does it?
What was the question again? Before I give my story.
Rejected. Rejected.
First of all, learn for proposal. Where?
Mm.
We shall circle back. Let me tell you. Rejection, yeah. And I think honestly, as guys, except our chief Y chromosome, you've gone through rejection more than once. At least once in your life. Kuna msitu alikuangalia na akasema lol. Anyway. Because mine was mad. I'd gone for a party with a pal of mine. So we went. There's a couple of people who I knew at the party, new faces and whatnot. So we're picking stories, getting to meet new people, talk to new people here and there. I had been nilikuwa nimeacha like a few months before. So but it was that healing process. So you went, you're like, let me just try my luck, I see how this thing is gonna play out and whatnot. And so I start talking to this girl. Well, we're chatting up, and they're nice, they're friendly and whatnot. I'm like, okay, cool. It's like, let's see where this can go. So we get to talking. Kidogo. I'm like, let me go back to the house. Get something to drink, whatever. So I get something to drink. I meet a few other people. We pick our stories. So my boy steps out, comes back. So at some point I tell him, I'm like, there's a baby here who's nice to me. I might just see if I can, if I can get this to go somewhere. I was like, yeah, sure, go for it. Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but you had to do it twice.
Thank you.
Charlie, it was really nothing but a heartbreak. It really was.
So I'm like, let me step out, my phone ring. Let me step out, answer this call. I step out like this, so I'm looking at the phone, I'm going to answer. I turn, I see my boy making out with this girl.
Ain't nothing but
Yeah, it really ain't nothing but walala.
nothing but
Hey, those ones you already
Go for
already
therapy.
see therapy right here.
Therapy.
No, we refuse, we deny.
Those ones where you're just like, what? Ouch. Had to the point you just laugh at yourself.
Totally.
I just laughed it off and I was like, where is it to there's no need to take it too seriously.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like we move. I went back to the party, I enjoyed myself, and I left afterwards. The mistake I made is I didn't tell my boy that that's the person who I was thinking about. Yeah, so like, it was fair game. It's fair game.
I have a recent one.
Really?
And you guys were there. So,
Interesting.
I think recently I've not had like a bad streak. I've not had a bad run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You're doing well.
rejection has been low for a few
Sabas.
Yes.
Wow. Good job.
Yeah. So, we're in this party, and then there's a babe who everyone kept telling me to go and talk to her. She's single. Everyone is trying to hook us up. You remember? So,
Papa really trying to remember that story. It's like, aye.
you know where it was? The farewell. Hiya. So, before
Tell me why. yeah. Got
so
it.
before like guys about to leave, I'm like, okay, it seems like she's interested. Everyone is telling me to try and at least talk to her.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So I go and talk to her, and I pull her outside. But it was raining, it was dark, and these are not excuses. So I was just like, there's no point of us trying to chat up and have a conversation now, because you have your group, I have my group, guys are about to leave. It's like, she's like, let me give you my number. We can go for coffee. I suggested the coffee, then she's like, yeah, we can go for coffee this week. So she puts the number on my phone. I call it. It rings. So she also has my number. So I'm like, cha-ching. Strict, strong. Strict, strong.
You're cooking.
Yeah. So the next day I call, and I give them a caveat that I don't text. I'm a terrible texter, so I just don't text at all. So it's like, I'll call you, then we can plan for the coffee, because she lived around my place, so we could actually meet up. I call, it doesn't ring. And when it goes black, you've been blocked. So I'm like, oh shit. I call again, it goes through. So I'm like, okay, maybe she has an iPhone and she's on D&D.
D&D.
Like, okay, fine. It rings. No one picks up. This was the next day. It was a Sunday. So I'm like, okay, I'll call during the week. I call on Monday around noon. I call. Someone picks up. Kumbe, this is a business. This is a business number. So I'm like, hi. And I know it's not her voice.
Yeah.
I'm like, hi, is so and so around? I'm like, yes. Maybe try calling her personal number. So I'm like, hey, maybe this phone isn't working. So here, so I sent her a message.
On that
Because I
number.
remember she was holding the phone. So I sent her a message. Akiona atajua. I knew you. Let me answer.
Sure.
The message I get. Like, hi. For sales, you can for sales and quotations. you can see our catalog. Go to our WhatsApp business, you'll see the catalog. And for sales and quotations, just send a text or come to
I'm even happy my boy made up with that girl, bro.
come to a store. Be
That's
13
what y'all are
somewhere.
doing out there these days.
Namba unapatiwa. Misa isitishi namba. Siwezi kuitisha namba. If we meet again, ni sawa.
Wow, what's a wow? Kelly,
So,
therapy.
at that point, I just laughed. Because the DP is her face. But then, it's a business number.
In short, she knows full
She
well
knows
what
it's
she's
me.
doing.
Hey, nikasema, history ya kujiona hot cake is a lie.
Humble thyself.
Hey,
Cause what?
hey, size ya no, I'm a strong 6.57. Room for improvement. Hey? Yeah, I think that's the most recent one. But you know what? We're used to it and we will continue. Wako wengi.
Aya.
That sounds bad.
Aya. Aya. There are many fish in the sea.
Do you need a hug?
I hug myself.
Oh,
Yeah.
baba.
Yeah. Therapy? No, because it's part of life.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to a therapist, then kumwambia
You
nini?
surely want to tell me that rejections don't like cause a dent a bit in like even your self-esteem, self-image. Like it doesn't get you questioning or wondering, am I the problem? Y'all are just okay.
Actually, I
Why
was
chromosome?
watching something recently. What was I watching? Mindhunter, and apparently sociopaths, when they're rejected, they're the ones who go wild. So we're not doing badly.
Yeah, we're good.
We're taking the rejection well. We're turning into
giving
serial killers.
We're emotionally balanced.
Yeah. So
Alright.
Y chromosome.
It's doing well. Wow,
I
come on.
think in the past, it would affect me. But then now I know I'm not everyone's type.
Yeah.
I'm not everyone's cup of tea. So if I'm not, it's okay. Someone else will find me attractive.
Okay.
And I'll find someone else attractive. So
Yeah.
it's part of life. It's
Oh,
okay.
that's growth. So
Yeah.
I'll give you that. Fine, but where? Okay. So
That's how if it's growth now, national therapy.
Yeah, we don't need it. We're doing well.
this was a mistake.
Grow on your own.
I'm misrepresenting my brand. Hey, whoa. Oh Lord. I don't seem to be winning this battle. Fine. Imagine mko sawa. Yeah, you don't need therapy.
You don't need it.
Sawa.
From a professional. Doing well.
Please
Doing well.
don't quote me. Please don't quote me.
So I think we need to go back to the question.
Yeah, the question was the proposal.
The proposal.
Is the relationship over or not?
I think maybe you start from the one who will probably be saying no to the proposal.
I think it's a question of, first of all, guys, I know it's all romantic and everything, but like before you propose, at least have a conversation about it. Don't just jump the gun and be like,
Wow, it is
marriage! As in, where? Come on. Because like I think...
To who?
To who? Yeah, exactly. Because at that point, it's just to who? Because like the babe might love you and want to get married, but maybe it's just, maybe not in this season, maybe not now. So if you've not had a conversation about it and then you spring it up on her, and then the ones, oh God, okay, this is just my personal opinion, but public ones,
Pale chicken in.
you are pala chicken in. You're setting
You know
yourself
yourself.
up for failure. Please, if you've not had a conversation about it, do not try going public, guy. But
I
anyway,
don't think
but I
chicken
don't
is a
think-
but yeah, it's a bad
Nini
place
level?
to-
Kizungu,
Hey, hey, you're
I
being
think
confused.
the trauma from the previous rejection.
Okay.
I think maybe there's a type of lady or person somewhere would appreciate that. So try it out.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Personal opinion.
Okay.
But like, my question is, are you surely gonna do it in public if you've not had a conversation about it? I feel like if you're gonna do it in public, at the very least, please make sure that you're in the same space of she's ready to get married at this point, he's ready to get married at this point. It's just a matter of making it formal or something of the sorts. But if it's like we've never discussed marriage, you don't know where I am in that space, and then hey niaje, see nipeleke home. Okay. It's a bit mad. But anyway, but I think because of that, it really can go either way. The relationship can continue if you're two level-headed people who are still in love and don't have like, maybe it's just, if it's just something like a matter of time, then the relationship can continue if both of you are able to communicate that, hey, I wasn't ready for that. Give me time. Maybe let's have this conversation in 6 months. But if you spring it up on someone, they spoke and they're like, oh my God, no. Also, you see now their rejection surely as a Y chromosome. You wanna tell me you'll be like, hiya basi, toughen it out.
Yeah.
Oh God. Nini mawe.
Just do press ups and then you stand up. You're like, let's go.
Hapana.
upya.
Hapana. I refuse.
Yeah, even for lunches.
Hapana. Anyway, that's my opinion. Yeah.
So would the relationship be over in that situation? You've said no.
That's what I'm saying. If I've said no, and it's just something like a matter of, bad timing, then I don't see why the relationship needs to come to an end. If it was just a matter of bad timing, we just need to pull aside, have this conversation of, maybe badaye, not now. But if it's something drastic as, I genuinely was not here for marriage. Oops, I was here for a good time, not a long time, my dear. It's like, wait. Now there, that one, the relationship is over for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I think if you're hit with an no,
Hey,
therapy. Therapy.
hey, even you run. You don't even wait. Just leave.
Lol, you're funny.
Or she bursts into laughter first. Shukisha. Even you, as a guy, just end it for your own safety and peace.
Stand up, turn around.
Yeah, but press up, Skonza.
Yeah.
That's how you do it in private.
Are you seeing what I'm saying? Okay, sorry. Anyway, my opinion.
So are we all in agreement there?
What?
It seems like.
Wait, so I don't think you've answered. Is the relationship over?
Are you hearing me or not?
Just wait.
Shelly, what's not happening?
If you're level,
I've said this like 3 times.
you said if you're level-headed, if you're like 2 level-headed people and whatever, then you can have a conversation and like just continue.
If it's something minor like bad timing,
But if it's so if it's a situation of
LOL
you
and you.
no, lol, you're
Funny.
funny.
Contributed to the answer.
did Kairigo have to say it for you to understand? Surely.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
As soon as I had level-headed, I'm like, I was about to take it left.
Take
I was about to
it.
take it left, like, aish, level-headed kitu gani? But that makes sense.
I thought you're taking it left. Take it left.
That makes sense. No, you mentioned level-headedness, and I was like,
Be level-headed.
like technically, like you've learned today, we have the wise and the secretaries, and then the neutral party. So I swear when they see this. But anyway.
I think for me, if it was in public, then it's almost probably definitely over. Because if I'm in that space and I'm ready for marriage.
Kumbe, you have emotions and feelings. You feel embarrassed. Wow. Hiya.
Feelings, no. I just thought of embarrassment. I didn't feel it.
You thought. Oh.
You don't feel butwa, unapigwa na butwa.
Unapigwa.
Unapigwa na embarrassment.
Yeah, so
Okay.
yeah, I think it depends. If I was maybe we're not on the same page, but I believe that we've communicated this for a long time, but we're still clearly not on the same page after this, and I'm clearly ready for a marriage, then we'll still have the conversation, but it's most likely going out than in.
But teacher, surely. If you've already had this conversation and you clearly can tell you're both not on the same page, what are you doing getting down on one knee?
The problem is maybe you've been giving wrong. You've been giving like wrong signs. So maybe in our conversations you're saying, yeah, I'm ready for marriage, let's whatever. Then when I'm proposing, you say no.
Okay, fine.
That's
Sawa.
going to be
Sawa.
Quintos.
It's a cointos, basically.
Shikapata potea. Okay.
shika ama potea. So maybe just to add on to this, I think we've answered this before. I just want to get your point of view. You said yes, so you have the engagement ring. You have like half a carrot.
Half a
Carrots.
carrot. Yeah, bless
Half a
the
carrot.
Lord. I have half a carrot.
Some bunny.
You can just
My
just
gracious
chew on it.
me.
Just chew on it.
Yeah. I have half a carrot to work
He
with.
spent like half a carrot is small.
Yeah, that's
Spent the amount of half a
big time, not a
carrot.
long time.
Good time, not a long time. Yeah, so you have like 300k on your ring,
Okay.
but the relationship breaks. Are you returning the ring?
Ooh. Yeah. See.
Yeah.
That's tricky. That's actually tricky. I think the right thing to do would be to return it. However, I think I would. I don't think I can.
Moyo.
Nitakuwa nikurudisha na ubaya. As in, first of all, I don't even think I'd return it like immediately after, or like if we've had like the breakup conversation, we're like, hey, okay, this surely is going nowhere. T for tough. Ati nitoe nikupe at that moment. Na. Even me have to part to that 300k in my heart and be like, oh, bas, mommy, bas. Give me like 2 to 3 months with it. Then we can converse about you getting it back. But hey, immediately I just remove it. Because also realize that
You're attached to the ring, not the person.
Yo man, your person.
How is the breakup easier than
giving back
the ring?
Who said that? No, but who said the breakup was easy?
But if you agreed it was a breakup, but you just can't let go of the ring at that point.
Who said that it was probably the breakup wasn't easy? Probably, I think it's also just a matter of what that ring signifies. Okay, now I'm getting a bit deep, but anyway, if so, say we've been dating for like a year or a year and a half or whatever long, proposal, engaged, so we've been at this for a while and we've been building something for a while, but something happens in between that, okay, we just can't. And it's not a matter of niliamka nimesema pana sitaki mtu. It's maybe like wanting different things in life, something that's beyond our control to fix it, right? Doesn't mean that I'm gonna be standing there and saying, Aki, I really want to break up. No, it'll be a hard thing for me to do. But it's just the logical thing for watch however chill. But it's just a logical thing for me to do, for us to end this relationship, because it's going nowhere and we are not trying to waste each other's time. But you see what happened? Listen, hey Linda, you're not listening. But the ring holds sentimental value. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. The ring holds sentimental value in the sense that it also signifies the relationship that you had,
which you've just broken.
Just because we have ended things like this doesn't mean I've lost love for you like that, pap, and say,
yeah. The same period it took you to get to that breakup point should be the same period it took you to
let go. So probably, exactly. Probably it took us like 3 to 4, 5 months to decide that, hey, but this relationship is come to an end. So give me 3, 4, 5 months to break up with the ring. Are you not understanding me? Yeah?
You just misconstrued my statement.
No. You're the one who's not listening.
Like this signifies the relationship. So for 3-5 months, you've been thinking about ending the relationship. This is part of the relationship because it's a symbol of your relationship. So
but even think about it. Even this in the situation of like, nah, man. It just give me time. You can't expect it back from me in like a day or 2. Let me also mourn the loss of that ring. Come on.
A week maximum.
A week
maximum.
Oh my God.
Nipatie hiyo wiki moja ni heal, then the next week.
Pete yangu please. Haraka sana. Imagine. That's rough.
The reason I think so is because an engagement ring is not a gift. It's a promise of marriage. It signifies the relationship and where we want it to go. If it was a gift, like hizi rings unaweza vaa kwa index finger, thumb, hizo kanazo. Even if it's a million, hizo ni gifts, hizo unaweza kanazo. But an engagement ring, that's different.
Yeah.
So when you're breaking up,
that's what I'm saying. Kurudisha, but surely. Give us time to get over it and say bye to that ring. Should that it was half a carrot. Give us time. Give us time to get over that half a carrot ring, please, because we have the weight of it on our hands. As you can see it shine.
Let Rachael do the resize for the next person. Unachoma time hapa.
I think that's also something else that it signifies. Just give us time. What did you guys say?
That it should be returned.
It has to be returned.
Yeah, it has to be fine. Me, I'm not refused. But like you return it like pop in a week. You give a person a week. Come cut the songa.
That day.
Ikiisha hivyo.
Unampea hapo.
Yeah.
Jeez. It's a heart. Go for therapy. Or else. Unakuwa stone.
Go for therapy. Why are you attached to
rings
and
material things? That's fine. If that's what you want to discuss with your therapist, enjoy. Why not? But
become untethered.
So when you're going for therapy, do you just stand in front of a mirror?
What? Oh God, I got it.
Hey.
Nope, I refuse.
I think that's all we have for today.
Please, in fact,
it has been me, Willis,
Kelly,
Grace,
and Kairigo.
Yeah.
Go for therapy. Oh wait, I'm sorry. please, I can't. Nitakuwa nikichoma brand if I don't do this. After they have bashed many times, please, if you are looking for affordable therapy services, kindly
We'll put them
affordable. Yes, there are several. We'll put them. Please don't.
Always put on that.
Yeah, I feel like hapo mmedanganya. Let me just mention two.
This is a serious.
Yeah,
so
no, this
we
is
can mention.
mention-
Can I mention two?
We'll actually,
Right.
as long
You
as
can
you send us the
visit
list. we will
Befriend
put
Us Kenya. You can visit Amani Counseling Centers. Those are the two that I know for sure. You'll get good and professional help. But the rest,
it. Yeah. Then I think for the next episode we'll need to talk
Yeah,
about Kairigo's Nibra.
Ah,
Yeah, but
yes,
that's for the next
my
episode.
knee, bro.
Peace out.